being outside the top 8 and Fremantle in. So I think we're in for a very good contest.
First quarter from Subiaco. No rain at the moment, but we probably will get a few showers later. Clark taps down, can't clear the zone. And it's going to be a ball up.
Thought he might have got a free kick there. Luke Toyer was taken high initially, but umpire Greg Scroot was unsighted there.
McGovern and Gale, 2 on the bench for the Dockers.
And Abraham.
Clark again, Wills intercepting. It's caught with the football, but the umpire said it's held to him and it's going to be a ball up, which will take place still inside the centre square. Andrew Wills having a pretty good season. Clark again with White. Tackled by Callaghan. The big ruckman tries to get a kick at it, not successful. Lambert tries a hand pass. Lappin. Quick kick. Gee, that barely travelled the required distance. The mark taken by Luke Toyer at centre half back. Looks for Black. Black on centre wing. First time I've seen him coming from the Oakley Chargers. Freo's #1 pick in the '96 draft. Certainly has big raps on him. Black short of centre wing. Kick up towards half forward. Man nearly. Were some calls that he may not be able to take his place in the side today owing to a virus, but good news for the Dockers. He is out there, their captain.
Well, I've seen Heath Black a couple of times, Peter, and he certainly is a very, very fine young player. We can see Shane Clayton on the bench there, along with Jason Ackermanis. Clayton coming into the side, and Chrissy Johnson. Yep. Clayton has come into the side with Danny Dickfoss not able to take his spot today, which is a blow to Brisbane because he's a very good defender.
Played well last week, one of their better players.
Luke Toyer just climbs back up off the ground. He's in great form against the Demons last Friday night at the Wacker. So Jeff White against Clark, taken away by Allen. It's a high kick to 50, taken by Waterhouse. Rockets the ball out wide to Peter Mann. He's caught. Good enough to get the ball off to Mitchell. We heard Roscoe speak about him before, and he's kicked the first goal. An important inclusion.
Yeah, it's a great opener for him. He struggled a bit early in the season, spent the last 3 weeks back at his West Star rule side Claremont. Kicked 4 goals for them, 3 in the early part of that game last week, so a good opener. Good vision too by Waterhouse to spot Man, who got that ball on quickly, and then good control by Mitchell just to take the ball high, then bring it down and finish off.
First blood to the Dockers. Kicked by Gavin Mitchell. The Dockers with the breeze in the first quarter. Adrian Barrish tells us it's probably worth about 3 goals. Clark and White, won by the latter. Lambert tries to tap it further forward, or out to a teammate. Picked up by Callaghan. Bounces it towards half forward. Man again, a chance to take the hand pass, which he does. Flips it out wide to Parker, who gets taken high. Onto his left. Oh, Grubber. A bounce through. It's a goal. Well, you wouldn't want that run back, but they'll take it.
Well, I think Plaudits too through the middle of the field to Callaghan there, you see, and Jeff White also had a great run at the ball. 2 great athletes as first ruckman today in White and also Clark. And then Callaghan's quick kick was important. A bit of a fumble, but just kept his footing. Did Daniel Parker, and that ball should have got through, but it did. Well done.
So he's kicked 13 goals for the season. Just the 1 game last year, had knee problems. Looks like he just could be that full forward that the Dockers are looking for. White up over the top, enormous leap. Trying to crash his way through. Out there was Barker, unable to do so. Hughes goes in hard. We've got a ball up at centre half forward for the Dockers. So Ben Allen gets up off the ground. Looks to be in a little bit of pain. So a great start for the Dockers. Clark wins the tap to Fletcher. Fires off the handball to McIver. He kicks the ball out wide. Backing back is Harding, does well. He's a good defender, Roscoe.
My word.
So Harding kicks the ball up, looking for his skipper. Too much carry on the ball. Wills, who's had a terrific season, taken away by Fletcher. Just tumbles the ball back towards White. Goes to ground. Parker. His brother's already kicked a goal. Lobs in the arms of Clark. He's caught. Great tackling by Callaghan. And Dirty Harry's got him.
Yes, he's pretty fired up. He had a pretty tough night last Saturday night when he's picked up by Alistair Clarkson. Still a contributor, but obviously wants to do well today.
Parker couldn't take it. Hughes joined the 300 club last week, but he's kicked it like a rookie. Leach is conferring where the mark is. Lambert stands it. That's just about out of bounds as well, but Wills has been paid the mark. Kicked 6 goals for the year so far. Is that going to be another one? No, not quite. Off target and 1 behind by Andrew Wills. So his tally for the year, 6 goals, 9. Has been a little bit off target, but Fremantle doing all the scoring. 2 goals, 1. And the Brisbane Lions yet to score. They've been playing just on 3 minutes of the first quarter. But the Dockers do have the breeze. McIver, 2 hands to it, couldn't complete the mark. Fletcher continuing on with his good form. Lambert, need to get a bit out of him. Lappin, certainly one of their better tryers last week. Lappin's kick. Lynch had a great first quarter last week, had 9 kicks. Needs to keep that going. Lynch kicks towards half forward. Leppich got bundled out, and the mark has been taken by Clement. The umpire says, OK, it's your grab.
As Clement's got the job on Leppich, with Steve O'Reilly taking the bigger player in Clark Keating.
James Clement kicks the ball wide. Leach is the target. Been a good player this year. Broke his jaw last year, missed the last 9 games. Been a surprise packet up forward. Rockets the ball out to Allen. Looks like he's okay again. Inside 50, here come the big guns. Parker was there. Wills taken to ground by Barker. Bandy, they got the height on the forward line. Mitchell at ground level, crashes into his captain in man, just feeds the ball out towards Allen, needs support. Great vision, kicks it wide. Callaghan, can he keep the ball in? Can't get there. It shows his displeasure.
Be careful, that was great vision, as you said, Kevin, by Ben Allen. Class player.
Well, currently it's 19. We've got expected top temperature of 20 with some showery periods. So from the boundary throw-in, Mann pushed it down to Callaghan. He was too close. Lambert was caught high. No free kick. Toya, Lambert's opponent, one of the young guns. And a great smother by Fletcher. Sees a boundary throw-in.
Boundary throw-in between wing and half forward for the Dockers. Daniel Parker and Gavin Mitchell, their goal scorers so far.
Andrew Hughes is coming off too, Pete. I think it's him. He's got a problem with his shoulder, maybe.
Oh, he's...
Or face. The blood rule, is it?
Oh, he's got a busted eye or eyebrow. Blood rule. Geez, copped a beauty. That could be nasty. It could be nothing. I say nothing, but eyebrows do tend to bleed rather profusely, like ears. Let's hope it's not the eye itself. We saw Crummell a couple of weeks back with a bad eye injury, finished in the Eye and Ear Hospital in Melbourne, so let's hope that's not serious. As I said, it could be just a cut that would require a few stitches. So Chris Johnson coming on to replace him. Adrian Barrett will keep us up to date on that injury.
Bit slow on the scoreboard here, Roscoe. Just haven't got it behind up yet. Maybe they only like putting up goals for Fremantle. No, they count points over here in Western Australia.
Well, they should, no.
So Clark and White, going to be a great battle, that one. Lambert gets the footy, gets it out to Lynch, goes for the boundary line. Well, maybe he tried to find John Barker, but not too many options available to him. So another boundary throw in. Identical spot. Clark this time to do battle with Mann. Clark looking for the front spot. She kicks hard to come by Mann finally. Waterhouse loses out to Bradshaw in front. Mitchell all tied up. Snap at goal taken by Leach. Marcus there nearly to Bandy. I think he's paid it.
Yep. Well, he pretty well had control of it, Pete, and I think once you have these, I mean, you'd probably say marked or play on, but
gee,
now what they've got to do, Pete, having paid that, is pay that for the rest of the game. Lucky one.
Yep. Bandy kicks the goal. 3 to Fremantle.
Can't keep paying mistakes though, Ross.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's the wrong call, but if you pay it, you've got to now look at other marks. And if it does get greasy particularly, not that that's really the reason why he dropped it. There's just a hand in there from Kennedy and just knocked it out. But so that's the problem they have now, is just see which way the consistency goes.
Well, Bandy certainly has unlimited potential. That's his 7th goal for the year, just playing game number 24. So a big guy up in the square. Wills thumps the ball forward. What a great start by Fremantle. 19 plays yet to score. So we haven't even virtually seen Brisbane have the ball on their forward line. All the action has been up on the Dockers' front half, as you see. Quenton Leach gets the ball across the back, crashed into the ground by White. So some strong tackling. He's been penalised. Harding comes away with the ball, runs inside 50. Across the face for 1 point.
He's getting confident going forward, Greg Harding. Good to see you back from running forward like that. He kicked a goal, a big Torby last week at the Wacker, Saturday night against Melbourne.
Kennedy to bring the ball back. So he kicks long. Clark's his target. Big punch away by Jeff White. That's a sign of strength. Ashcroft on hands and knees, thumps the ball on. Make that McRae. He'll be a pretty handy player, Craig McRae. You see him on screen there. Picking up just near Quenton Leach. Just an important player. He's got great pace. He's had a few injuries with his groin, which has just caused him to miss several games so far this year as well. Barker has to handle cleanly. Caught by Toya. So we see the ball by Bradshaw taken over the line.
Well, Brisbane, with its collective back to the wall, even at this early stage, 5 shots at goal, and as Kevin mentioned, they've hardly crossed the centre. Leppich had one go at it, but was outmarked. Man to Black, tries to kick across his body. Lambert takes it from Ashcroft. Ashcroft playing his 100th consecutive game for the club. Clement. Was it White?
Yeah, good mark to White, Pete.
Yep. Great grab. He's got a good leap.
Yeah.
Should make it a great duel with Clark because they're both spring-heeled jacks. Lynch from behind tried to punch, comes to Waterhouse. Wills. Leach a little bit too slow. Grabbed by McRae, punch further on forward, down to centre half forward for the Dockers. Wills, great pick up on the run, kicks on 50. So another behind, his 2nd for the day, and 6-9 for the year. I guess his finishing letting him down, but 3-3 to nothing.
I think the pleasing part for Andrew Wills there, Pete, is just his attack on the football, using his pace to advantage.
That was a great pickup, wasn't it?
Yep.
Barker at the back, Hart in front. Hart goes again. Mitchell, Waterhouse. Flipped back by White. Back into the side today. He's had a knee injury. Hart, that's going close to the boundary line. Beautiful grab right inside, right on the line, in fact, by O'Reilly. Kicks to Harding. Back to Toya. Gee, Fremantle's certainly looking the goods at the moment. Very slow start by the Lions. They really need to turn this around quickly. Barker takes the mark. Lambert, centre half back. Let's see if they can cross the centre line this time. Lambert's kicked a half forward. No, it's as far as they're going. Kickett's got it. It's like a brick wall. Toya. Tied up by Johnson, who came on to replace Buse. So he'll put the Dockers back into attack again. Loose men everywhere, as Peter McKenna has sometimes said. Callaghan kicks to Parker. Couldn't take the mark. Mitchell pressuring Voss. He'll go for the boundary line and finds the seclusion of it.
It's the sort of open style of play that Brisbane believed they had to be accountable for with Fremantle, but they haven't yet worked out who's playing on who and who's to run with what players. So there's Fremantle players running everywhere, not being manned up.
Mann does the ruck work. Tried to find a player going past. There was Callaghan. Ashcroft, or made a meal of that hand pass. Mitchell may make him pay. Lambert applies a tackle to get it away from Leach. Still he goes. Toya a chance. The umpire will come in and ball it up. Ball up at centre half forward. Still in the Dockers attacking area where it has been for most of the first quarter so far, and we're nearly halfway through it.
The Dockers are 3-3-21. Brisbane yet to score. Thought Callaghan took the wrong option before. Should kick the ball long to Bandy in the square. Chance for Mitchell, thrown off the ball. McIver tried to bullock his way through. McRae Good clean hands with the pace we spoke about before. Wants to take him on, gives it across to Voss inside the centre square. So the captain today goes down. Keating got a shove out from O'Reilly. The pace is on. Here's Lappin. He's got Parker to beat. Lappin is quick. Might worry him out of it. Good play. Quick snap. He's kicked it.
That's very clever play by Lappin. The kick from Voss was looking for a lead from Keating. It didn't have quite the carry that he wanted. See the build up here. They got to have some problems at centre half back to the Lions. And a little nudge from O'Reilly. He wasn't able to get back there. Parker, it's got great pace for a big fella. Just couldn't quite control it. Loses his footing. Ackermanis doesn't. Lappin, I should say, doesn't. And the goal results. Ackermanis is on the ground now.
Brisbane Lions first forward thrust, and they get a goal through Lappin. Clark and White, won by the latter. They still can't clear the zone. It'll be another throw, not a throw, but ball up. Despite the rain, the ground pretty good condition. Waterhouse goes for a rest.
Winston Abraham is the player to come on.
So White this time trying to get front position. Lambert runs into Abraham. As Roscoe said, just come onto the ground. This is pretty untidy, this. Lambert trying to make something. Lepic, one of the most improved players on the side, Lepic. Kick from Ackermanis, down to half forward. Chisholm, Ashcroft, McRae, his look-alike. Long left foot snap, that's not bad. Oh, it bounced through, what a goal! Terrific kick. So the Lions bounce back, literally 3-3 to 2 goals. McRae bouncing it through from a long way out.
Yes, well, he was the player that last year in a corresponding game gave the Dockers some trouble kicking 3 goals, and that's a good effort considering that Scott Chisholm had all the running initially. He was the player that got his hands on the ball in the air. Then when it got to the ground, couldn't control it, got some assists from Ben Allen. So they still couldn't control the footy. Numbers told me, and that's a great snap.
It's his first goal for the year. He's only playing his 4th game because of injury. So Clark goes up early, then takes it out and thumps the ball back inside 50. Keating's in front, got his hands on the Sharon, couldn't take it. Here's the Prince. Tries to get the ball out wide, didn't really hit a target. Harding to Parker. The chaser is Ashcroft, does well. They're pushing the back. Just pushed him out.
Keating lost a boot too in that little piece of play.
So Shane Parker will transfer the play to O'Reilly. The member side. So back to the Prince. So certainly possession football. So Chisholm with a casual bounce. Pops it up in the air. Dangerous kick. Callaghan got back with good hands, gets it across to White, back to Harding. Advantage was paid inside 50. Voss does well, thumps the ball along the ground to Lambert. The 2 big guns have to play well today for Brisbane to have a chance. Lambert and Voss, kicks down, good mark by Keating.
No, he still hasn't got that boot on. What he's going to do here.
He's got Johnson clear inside 50. Elects to go to Lappin. So a good choice in the end.
Well, this is a player that can hurt you, Nigel Lappin, with his pace, either from a wing or across half forward. Michael Voss is playing off almost a back pocket on Gavin Mitchell. So his defensive skills more apparent at the moment. John Northey wanted to use his attacking skills, but Lappin, as I say, can be a very dangerous player.
He's already kicked a goal. Played for the Big V last year. And he's drilled it.
That's a very good reply by the Lions. We see an interchange with the Dockers. Waterhouse back on and White off. But good set up by Lambert, as Kevin said. Voss and Lambert have to get plenty of the footy. And then the bootless Keating gets it on very quickly to Lappin. It's a good turnaround considering the first 7 or 8 minutes of the game. The Lions had very little play inside 50. Since then, they've virtually scored goals every time they've gone in.
Shane Clayton about to come onto the ground. 18 plays 21, 3 points the difference.
Fletcher is off. It possibly could be
blood
the
rule?
blood rule. I'm not sure. I can't see anything obvious unless there's something on his leg, Pete. But
Well, the umpire's waiting, Roscoe, so that's a fair question. Bounce again. Less than a kick in it now. Bears go forward. Lappin, who's kicked 2 goals. Bounce goes past White. Allen, Harding, over the head of White. Callahan, Dirty Harry from midfield, up towards half forward. Man, great grab.
great kick. That's the way you want the ball to be delivered to when you're playing in a key forward spot. Just a player turning, then off a couple of steps, just delivering to your first instinctive movement. And that'll give him a lot of confidence too, Peter Man. So the glove on the left hand, just help protecting that left ring finger.
So with the breeze at his back, a chance for the Dockers 4th and to increase their lead. From 48 metres, man kicks and he goes.
And they must take advantage of this breeze. It is certainly quite strong, blowing straight down the ground from the west. And as Adrian Barrett suggested, it's probably a 3-goal breeze, so they've got to make use of it now, particularly that the Lions have bitten back. Good to see the skipper take a good grab and then convert.
The Dockers by 9 points. 27 plays 18. Bandy having a turn in the ruck. Won by Clark out to Lappin. Starring in this first term, has already booted 2 over the top. This is going to go through.
3 for the quarter.
Amazing performance by Lappin out of that centre square. So he's kicked 3.
Just watch this replay. We'll see the centre bounce, and Daniel Bandy just doesn't time his run quite that well, and then the tap from Clark just too easy into space for Lappin. And with the carry of the footy and the greasy ground, it's a terrific goal.
4-3, 27 Fremantle. The Lions, 4 straight goals, 24. And 3 of those goals to Nigel Lappin. Craig McRae has kicked their other single. So after trailing by 21 points in this first term, and now only trail by 3. So can Clark do it once more? This time, Bandy a little bit closer to him. Wills kicks a high ball down towards the half-forward line. Waterhouse over the top, ground level. McIver taken by McRae and skids the ball over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Let's go
down.
Yep. Adrian on the boundary. Some injury news. What happened to Busey?
Busey's not too good, actually. He's got a fairly severe cut above the eye that they're having a bit of trouble stopping the blood from flowing out of. Though Busey's pretty tough character, I'd expect that he'd come back on. Fletcher did come off with a blood rule as well around the eye, the same thing. Must be a pretty fiery game out there. He's now gone back on, and this breeze has really picked up, boys. I reckon definitely 3 or 4 goals.
Okay, Toya to Champion, to Kennedy. Hard in front, gets crunched from behind. Chisholm's punch effective. Clears the boundary line for a throw-in next to the interchange gates on centre wing.
Which makes Lappin's goal at the other end such a good one, because once you get that low trajectory with the protection of the 3-tier stand, supposedly against the breeze, that's what the ball can do for us. Now we've got Waterhouse coming off the ground with the blood rule.
And Mark Gale coming on to replace him, so...
Sometimes greasy conditions, Pete, just cause limbs to make contact unintentionally.
Adrian, more on that?
It's a bit of blood down here, boys. Just a blood nose for Clive Waterhouse. He'll be right. No drama at all.
Fletcher taken down well by Gale, just onto the ground. Chisholm short to half forward. Man punches a little bit too late. It might be 50 metres. Yes, it is. He was late. Didn't think he was really that late.
Well, there was later, not so much on the punch, but then he kicked the ball away here, Pete. Just knocks it away with his foot. That's what the 50 was for.
Scotty McIver has the free kick at midfield. One of the veterans in the Brisbane Lions side. Chisholm can't handle it. Acamatis out of bounds. On the opposite side of the ground, just outside 50, left half forward flank for the Brisbane Lions. Against the wind in this quarter, which, as Adrian has estimated, maybe 3 goals. White, big leap. Missed the footy. Chisholm again. Through some pretty heavy traffic. Clark, a little give. Kick comes down to half forward. Hart applies a tackle. Who's holding who? It's holding the ball.
Got to be high. Goodness me. How can you play that? Sorry, but
Callahan takes it up with the umpire. Let's take a look.
now he picks the ball up and he's taken around the left shoulder by the right hand of Hart. It's still there. Got to be a free kick. The other way.
It is. It's a goal.
Well, that's one of those situations in football that the umpire sees something that we don't. Now, again, good work there by O'Reilly just to push the ball forward. Callahan picks it up. He keeps his head down a bit, but there certainly was tackle over the shoulder. It's still there. It's gone the wrong way for me.
It's been a great comeback by Brisbane. 5 straight goals, lead by 3 points. Kicking against the breeze, Adrian Barrett suggests maybe 3 or 4 goals. Kickett tried to crash his way through, kicked off the ground by Hart. He's buoyed by that last goal, practicing his soccer skills. Must have watched the FA Cup last night. Leppich thumps the ball forward. So the Bears on a bit of a roll. I'll put $1 in the box for that. McRae
$10
had it, lost it. White paddles the ball along, half forward line. McRae rockets the ball out to Ashcroft, put his head down like a charging bull, lost it. Toya caught high, no free kick, a ball up, and the Docker fans don't like it.
Confusing, Kev.
As Ross Glendinning throws his record and his pen away.
Settle down, Roscoe.
Clark beats Bandy. Toya puts it out to Parker. The kick smothered off the boot. Lappin. Good play. McRae to Lambert. Tries to set it up to Ashcroft. He's got it.
This would be an amazing comeback by the Lions if he can kick this.
Just shows you, Pete, that you just can't afford to be complacent at any stage during a game. When you kick 2 or 3 goals early and you think you've got the measure on the other side, they can just quite easily come back and nip you in the bud and then score goals themselves.
Ashcroft playing his 100th consecutive game today, 160 in total. You just saw John Northey on the boundary line with Roger Merritt. So Ashcroft from just outside of 50, just might hold up on the line. Bandy went the big punch. Hart's got 2 to beat. Johnson keeps the ball in play. Danger here for the Dockers. It's all tied up. We've got a ball up.
They kept it alive there. They had Chris Johnson also knocked the ball back in towards the pocket when it looked as if it was going to go out of bounds, so they might get a shot at goal here.
So there's the coach. John Northey, Keating, Johnson. Tried to crash his way through. It was like a try.
It's already a point, Kevin.
The kick from Fletcher across the face of goals. Lambert's got it, but it's being brought back.
The goal umpire that he's signalled that Chris Johnson, in trying to charge it through, forced it through, was over the line, so the point stands.
Thought he might have been penalised.
He did carry it a fair way, didn't he? He watches it goes through, he's had chance, and then he's over the ball with his left hand goes over the line, so it's a point.
Chisholm. Really low pass, kick it on the end of it, pinpoint accuracy needed. That's what he got. Kick it longer up towards midfield. Leach couldn't complete the mark. Gets back pretty quickly for the pickup. Had it, lost it. Ball all tied up underneath there. And that holding the ball decision before really has livened up the crowd. 4-3 to 5-1. Brisbane Lions by 4 points after they trailed by 21 points. So after the Dockers were in total command the first half of the quarter, Brisbane likewise the second part. Black, quick hand pass. Lynch runs at it, missed it. McIver a chance. Now Allen takes the hand pass from Mann. Long bomb at goal. Yes, sir, it's home.
Well done, Peter Mann. That's great control of the foot. He was about the 4th man in line as the ball came in his area. just elected to stay behind and hope that the ball spilled free, which it did. Just watch this again. 1, 2, 3, 4 players. The ball sits up. He scoops it in beautifully. Good vision. And then certainly one of the best finishers in the game, Ben Allen, hits the goal.
Dockers back in front by 2 points. Under 2 minutes of action left in this first quarter. Bandy up against Clark. Read it well. And feeds the ball out. Abraham. Excitement machine down towards the half-forward line. Callahan. He's been handy again in this first term. A real goal for the Dockers. Mann gets support from Mitchell. Hoss over the top, forces it over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Great second effort there by Craig Callahan to attempt the ball in the first place, then apply the tackle. John Norley still persisting with Michael Voss, KB, in the back pocket on Gavin Mitchell.
You find that a bit unusual?
I just think he could be used further up the ground. But
Abraham over the top, taken by Lambert. Those quick hands to Akamanis. Backing back is Harding. He's a good player. He's fearless. To Chisholm. He's off and running. He'll take him on. The Prince runs through the centre square. Goes over the top. He'll run on. Toya rockets a handball back to Wills outside 50. It's a big bomb. Great kick. Distance there, not the accuracy.
It's the second time. That's a great kick in terms of distance off a standing start on your non-preferred foot. Perhaps the setup might have been a bit better. That's being harsh, but still, he's had a second shot on his left. They both missed.
3 behinds to Andrew Wills. So he's kicked 6-11 for the season. Tristan Lynch will get the Lions out of danger. Fremantle by 3 points. McRae kicks to a contest at half forward. Harding around the corner, out of bounds on the full, I think, yes. Now Andrew Buse looking the worse for wear. He's had a few stitches put in his head, one would reckon. Let's hope he can come back on. Clark has taken the mark. Clock ticking down to quarter time. And gee, can he make it 4 for the quarter? Lappin. Just outside 50, plays on. Long bomb against the breeze. Mark needed here, Darryl White. Harding punches. Johnson caught, drops it. Chance for the Dockers to get clear, kick it. Long hand pass, Bandy gives it away to Allen as the siren goes to end the first term. Very entertaining quarter. 10 goals kicked in it. Tempers becoming just a little bit frayed down there. After the siren, Johnson trots back to the... Clark in ruck against White. Bounces better for the big Brisbane Lions ruckman. Allen, well, that's just about a throw. Umpire lets it go. Akamanis, Hart, off a step to half forward. Lepic took some terrific grabs last week. One of the most improved players in the competition. Played his 50th game last week. To do it, he had to beat a tribunal hearing. Took a great one-hander. Let's see if he can capitalise here for his first goal and put the Brisbane Lions back in front by 3 points if he's accurate. It looks pretty good. I think he's kicked it. Brisbane go to the lead.
Yes, and that consistency that Adrian Barrett mentioned, Jared Newsham looking from his players, it's got to come right now, because if they allow Brisbane to shoot away using this breeze to advantage, they're going to have to really lift their standard and make sure they get their rating going in, because Brisbane will hurt you through the midfield, and if Lepic gets on the end of a few kicks like that, it will prove very costly.
He's a dangerous player, Justin Lepic. 20 goals for the season. Bouncy, quick, and can kick a goal, which is most important if you're playing on the forward line. White down to Wills, who's just been one of the most consistent players this year for Fremantle, along with that guy there, Toya. The ball kicked out wide. Callahan. Allen's got Hart to beat, who just paddles it over the line. Sean Hart on screen. He's finished as high as third in the best and fairest for the Bears. Wrestling match between Clark and also White. Free kick goes to the Dockers. So Buse has just been bowled over by Mitchell. And then the kick goes to Wills and has to be brought back. So White, short. It's a bad option. Ashcroft read it well. So wasted opportunity by the Dockers. Back to Lambert. Just wobbles the ball back towards the half-forward line, looking for Voss. Still just 21 years of age. He's got the Brownlow, the best and fairest, and also All-Australian. Plus he's the captain. Lambert. He's got Toya to beat. They've got a boundary throw in.
Yes, and with Andrew Buse back on, he's going to pick up Gavin Mitchell in the back pocket, which allows Voss to play a role midfield and across the half-forward area, which I think where he's far more dangerous and creative.
They must have been listening to you, Roscoe. That's what you suggested, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Clark gets the front position. Allen tried to go off the ground and missed it. Still he tries to pick it up, gets it to Waterhouse. He copped the blood nose in the first quarter. Look and go! Man, over the top. Parker, 20 metres out and closing, kicks but misses. Great build-up. And certainly deserved better. Daniel Parker registering a minor score. He's kicked 1-1.
Waterhouse spent some time on interchange with the blood rule, the nose problem. Good quick hands by Mann, and then Parker. And in that situation, as a full forward, you've got to kick those.
Kennedy, long bomb, lands it well outside his own defensive 50. Clark on the half volley over the line. Throw in some 70 metres now from goal. White taps that one out. McGovern, centering kick, beats Leach. Allen, Leach, looking for options, goes long at the goals. Hughes, you can't mistake him. Kennedy punches, doesn't really clear the zone. Whoops, a daisy. Parker, nailed by Bradshaw, holding the pill.
Yes, and just can't. The kick coming in really should have found Craig Callaghan, who's on his own about 20 metres out.
Some big raps on Bradshaw, just playing his fourth game. Kicks up to Clark, has got it. Feeds it off, so some rebound football through Hart, up towards the edge of the centre square. Ground level. Taken away by Parker. He's got a loose player in Callaghan. Rockets the ball down to Peter Mann. It's on 50, had McGovern loose. A bit slow, now he spots him.
That's better. Just turning around quickly, the Dockers players, and spotting their targets, just making sure they get there quickly enough. McGovern, who spent most of the first quarter on the bench.
Just seems to be around for ages, Andrew McGovern, just the 51 AFL games.
Very reliable player, Kev.
Played those 20 games with Sydney. He had a couple of seasons up there in the Harbour City. So McGovern from 45 metres out. He's pushed it left. Five, 6:36 Fremantle. They trail the Lions 6-1-37. So Kennedy with a big bomb straight up the centre of the ground. No mucking around by the Lions. The target was Clark. Toya at ground level. Didn't hit a target. McRae, good play by Callaghan. The terrible two. Toya and Callaghan lands in the arms of Parker.
Yes, and Richard Champion just realising then that he should have been either alongside his man or standing in front of him, because those kicks that come out quickly from a congested area often tumble forward quickly. And if you're caught behind, there's very little chance you have got of getting your hand in there or trying to spoil the player marking.
Good young players, Callaghan and Toya.
They are.
Win a lot of the ball. Both are good kicks. So Parker from point-blank range kicks his second goal.
And that's an important one. That's a good confidence booster for him. He needs that just to steady. Kev said he won the first quarter. The important thing was the way that the contest here between White and Clark turned out. White getting the ball to ground, he's not able to take that mark. Toya involved with the handball. And Callaghan the quick kick under pressure. As I say, the forwards in front of that situation, you've always got a chance.
2 goals, 1 for Daniel Parker. Dockers back in front by 5 points here at Subiaco as the sun tries to peep through the cloud. A lot of rain in the area this morning. White. Toya. Straight into the arms of McRae. He missed it. Hart tries to paddle it on. Oh, jeez, it's tough in the clinches. Like ringside with the wrestlers. The umpire will ball it up.
Jason Ackermanis coming off and Chris Johnson back on.
McGovern does the ruck work, pinches it from everybody. He's about 4 feet shorter than Clark. And the kick left a lot to be desired. Bradshaw. Voss. Up ground now. Leach's tackle late. Fletcher tried to mark it one-handed. Ashcroft. McRae tries to give it back to Ashcroft, playing his 100th consecutive game. Gets a kick. Lepic. Clement wearing him like a glove. Lepic barges his way through. No support. Now McRae. Tackled by McGovern. Chisholm. He'll go for the boundary line. And now it's over. Lepic looked around. He saw 4 Dockers coming at him. Didn't know what to do with it. On the Lions forward line. Keating in front. O'Reilly at the back. Callahan's hand pass just a little bit wide of Lappin. Probably gaining about 10 or 15 metres for his side. Craig Callahan. Throw in just inside the 50-metre line. And there must be about 25 players around the ball because there aren't too many anywhere else on the ground. Keating and White. Body to body. One by White. Tried to find kicker. Johnson just back onto the ground. Kicks high and wide. Actually, I think he went over before he did kick it. Another one of the former Fitzroy players. Actually won Fitzroy's goal kicking 1 year, a couple of seasons back. So again a boundary throw in, almost in the identical spot. Keating with White. Keating gets front position. White comes in from the side, wins it. Dockers go forward, quick kick. Comes up to Voss, runs into a brick wall. McRae tries to get into the open space as McGovern. Oh, a little flip up by Lynch, almost a throw. Harding, umpire lets it go. Man, one-on-one contest, and that's marked by Bradshaw over Waterhouse.
So the youngster from Wodonga kicks the ball wide. He spots Lappin. 3 goals in the first quarter. Ashcroft stayed down. Lambert inside the centre square. Kicks long. It's all Dockers, and Callahan takes a diving mark. Gets it across to Chisholm. Put him under a bit of pressure. O'Reilly loves to run out of defence. Spots White in 2 minds. Finds Waterhouse, who is bouncy, can jump. Biggest problem is he doesn't kick straight.
He looks a lot fitter this year, Kev.
Well, I think he's got a lot of prospects. He finds Mann playing in front of McIver.
That's an intelligent kick in the end too, Kev. I thought he was going to kick to the pocket where Daniel Parker had led, but he kicked to the space inside 50 where Peter Mann was running away, but then turned quickly. McIver was too far away from Mann. An easy chest mark in the end, but it was a good kick by Waterhouse. Ben Allen will come off for a breather, and Mark Gale coming on for his first run.
So Peter Mann has 1 goal in the first quarter. Gale coming on. So from right on 50, Mann is well off target. It's going to drop short. Clark marks unopposed.
Not good play either by the Dockers not to have a man back there with Clark just to contest with him. Can't just concede that Mann will make the distance.
Clark kicks wide. It's 2 against 1. Look at the mark. Right over the top. He's been threatening to do that for a couple of weeks.
The whacker on Saturday night, Kev, was a beauty. Almost very similar.
MOD.
Mark of the day. Well, the former #1 pick in the national draft, there's always been tremendous raps on him, and just seems to be developing all the time now, Roscoe. So White puts it into the square, so it's 1 for the high flyers. Clark nearly had it. Champion. Bandy should kick it off the ground. Fresh air shot. Wills caught, forced over the line by White, and a wasted opportunity by the Dockers.
Yes, and Matthew Clark just chastising himself, saying I should have hung on to that mark, as we see White's mark again. It's almost ideal identical, I should say, the one he took at the Wacker on Saturday night. Matthew Clark should have taken the kick that came from that mark. Almost a goal resulting.
Brisbane's last score, you can see there in the second quarter, 1 minute. So this time Kennedy kicks the ball out wide. One of his teammates able to get a hand to it, so Harding will take the free.
Tupper out the score, kick and a half from goal, Harding. This time Parker with a big leg, Waterhouse at the back. Kennedy. Put the ball quickly out of defence. Fletcher loses it, Lynch. Good kick. Toya. Goes short again. Oh, it's a turnover intended for McGovern. The message will probably be coming out now. Kick from McRae up towards centre wing. As we see another change with Winston Abraham about to come back on.
Seems to be a preconceived game plan that either White or Bandy comes off, replaced by a smaller player.
Yes, there's a bit of size difference between Abraham and Bandy, isn't there?
I thought when they made that change in the first quarter, when White in fact came off, they just lost a bit of their momentum.
See if they can regain it. Lambert's got it. Good hand pass, Ashcroft. Centering kick, courage needed here as they back into the pack. Gale missed it. Clement didn't. Gets on his bike pretty quickly. Away he goes. Another bounce up the midfield. Hickerton. Wills the target. Nearly dragged it in. Buse. Former Geelong players both go at the footy hard. Taken over the line by Mitchell for throwing. Busey readjusts the headgear. 268 games, Andrew Buse, and he joined the 300 club with State of Origin and pre-season Ansett Cup games, etc. last week. Mitchell, wild kick out of the pack, will get it to full forward or forward pocket. Waterhouse, did he keep it in? Don't think so. Clive Waterhouse, another #1 draft pick in '95. As I said, he looks a lot fitter this year. He's moving better. We have a throw it in the forward pocket. Mann and Clark. Clark did well for a big guy. Tries to get it to lap and kick 3 goals in the first quarter. Long looping hand pass. Sean Hart across his body. Good left footer up towards centre wing. Ashcroft couldn't take it. Callaghan does. Callaghan spears the pass into McGovern. Missed it. Leach a chance. Lynch. Missed it again. Clark. Tries for the run of boss or champion. Parker's got it. This way, that way. Champion missed him. Parker. Long ball. Abraham couldn't take it. Kennedy punch free kick.
It's going against Andrew Buse, I think, Pete. Looking at umpire Mark Prince there.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Well, gee, what happened there? I was
Just
looking
watch
further
this.
upfield.
Shepherding out of the play. There we are. As Abraham went to take the chest mark just before that, we saw Buse just hold his ground, put his arms out well before the ball was within 5 metres.
Certainly wasn't against Kennedy.
Nope. Good work on the outer flank too. A couple of times now Mark Gale's been involved with some quick hands.
Winston Abraham. He's kicking. Mitchell it was. Kicks it goal, gets it.
Yes, that's his second, so again proving valuable in that role in that forward pocket. Not getting much of a run on the ball, but just to be that elusive forward play if the ball comes to ground. There's just a contest from Mark Gale just to get involved. The ball's built through to Parker, and then we just see Buse there. Shepherd Mitchell out of the way, so the third umpire coming into play then.
.49 plays 37. The Dockers in front. White with that big leap. Gets his hand on the ball. Leach tries to paddle the ball out. Gale. Quick hands to Wills. Dockers looking good. Long bomb. Kennedy backing back on the goal line. Good grab. Fletcher's loose. Decides to ignore him and kick long.
He's got to kick over the mark.
Is being brought back.
If he wants to deviate that way, he's got to tell the umpire that's the way he's going to kick. That's why the umpire's bringing it back.
So take 2 for Matthew Kennedy. This time he kicks to the members' side. Fletcher beaten by Wills. Good tackle. McRae Volley balls it on, taken by Hart. Gale off the interchange bench. Tries to drill the ball down towards Peter Mann. Slips over that critical moment. .49 plays 37. Clark won the tap. In goes Buse.
Ooh. Careful, boys.
Like Abraham over the top.
Well, there's just a bit of work sometime in packs like that when a player is over the ball and gets dealt with.
So Buse takes the free kick. Looks like an extra from the English patient. Gets it across to Lappin. Transfers it wide. Here's a chance for Waterhouse. He'll take on Kennedy. Kicks a poor one. Lappin does well. I would have paid the mark. Not paid. Quenton Leach brought the ground. So the Bears still work the ball out. I'll put another $1 in the box. Goes to Lappin. He's kicked 3 goals in the first term up towards the half-forward line. Backing back is O'Reilly.
O'Reilly from left half back for the Fremantle Dockers. Good game of football. Big stretch by White. Too tall for Fletcher.
Ackermanis back on, Pete. Kennedy off.
And a short sleeve jumper too, I notice. Toya in front. No free kick. Hacked out of mid-air. Hart. Kicks into the man on the mark, Sean Hart. Still goes about 40 metres upfield. Clement ties up Lepic, or is it the other way around? Tipper's becoming a little bit frayed again in those clinches. Wouldn't want to be on the bottom.
Jared Neesham also, Pete, taking Quenton Leach off. He's struggled a bit today to get possession. He's at 5 and 3. Just can't quite get quality out of them. So Heath Black back on.
So we have another bounce. 49-37 in favour of the home side. Bounce is a little bit askew, favours White, who gets absolutely decked. I wouldn't say coat hangered, but Keating being spoken to by the umpire. McGovern comes in to get the last word.
Yeah, Heath Black's down.
It's going to come back down behind play.
Yep.
I didn't see what happened there, did you?
Well, Champion actually contested the ball. Heath Black is down. So you can see what happens there, but the umpire was waiting to bring the ball back.
White. Going into Adrian Barrett in a minute. Champion, was he taken high by Waterhouse? Umpire says no, play on. Lambert takes the hand pass. Quick kick comes up by McRae. Now Ackermanis. That's out of bounds on the full. And Heath Black coming off the ground. Adrian, anything to add to that?
Heath Black got absolutely poleaxed there by Richard Champion. He's bleeding badly from a cut on his head, and he was doing that scary sort of shake they do when they get concussed first of time. It was very, very ugly, and hopefully the kid's all right.
He just come back onto the ground, as Ross mentioned.
He's had a couple of hard knocks in his brief career so far. Hurt his shoulder
Yep.
a couple of weeks ago.
Was it Geelong, wasn't it?
Yes, and he did well to play last week, having injured it the week before at Geelong.
Oh, Scotty Chisholm just took that a bit too easy. He kicked into the man right in front of him. And
Close your eyes when that happens, don't you, Kev?
It's frightening sometimes what Scotty Chisholm does. He's such an exciting player, but so casual.
Heath Black still being attended to by the trainers. He's conscious, obviously, but a very heavy knock. Harding. Waterhouse. Bradshaw. Waterhouse wins out in a one-on-one duel. Open forward line. They couldn't do much about it. Lynch brushes one tackle, brushes two. Well played. Lynch's kick up towards centre wing. Ashcroft. Quick hand pass. Lappin. Toyers tied him up. Lambert in front of Allen. Quick hand pass. Oh, it's tough in there. McGovern went straight and hard at the footy. Ricochets to Hart. Hart's long bomb. Lepic looks for the free kick. Chisholm gets back to read it quickly. Ackermanis has got him. Clement farms it out to Harding. Has to get around Fletcher. Kicks to the boundary line. Over on the full again. He was looking for Toya. But it will be a free kick to be taken for the Brisbane Lions by Sean Hart.
So he goes backwards to Lappin. He's had a big first half along with Lambert. He's had 16 possessions. It's a beautiful kick. And he finds Barker. So the ex-Lion now playing with the Lions. Barker kicks wide. Leading a bounce was Ackermanis. Wills to McGovern. Great tackle by Ackermanis, loose ball. Ackermanis recovers well. Chisholm, with that cool approach, gets it out towards Harding. Caught by Clark, holding the man.
It's a fair call by the umpire, disposed of the ball, just got rid of it quickly and then was thrown to the ground. So
Fremantle lead by 12 points. Lappin's kicked 3 goals for Brisbane. Parker 2, and also Gavin Mitchell 2 for the Dockers. So Harding is a tough customer to beat. He's already had 13 possessions. Johnson's got it, edge of the centre square. The kick short. Ackermanis running on the ball. His Barker should kick a goal, point blank range, and he drills it.
John Barker's first. And the Brisbane Lions again come to within a kick, 7-7 to 7-1.
it's a bit of a nothing situation, this, when the kick from Harding. We'll see the rebound here. Just Johnson getting the better of that with Waterhouse, and it kicks into the space, and a few players just spectating here at the moment, not sure what to do. Just a bit of a knock on by Ackermanis in the favour of Barker, and one of the few goals in his career, in fact his first for the year.
7-7 to 7-1, a goal the difference 5 minutes before half-time in a pretty tough match. The benches have been very busy. Heath Black still recovering from a knock. Lappin's kick up towards half-forward for Brisbane. Leppich rows it beautifully off the pack. Ackermanis says go, and he does, but he sprayed it. And only one behind, kicked by the Brisbane Lions full forward, Justin Leppich. Speaking of Heath Black, let's see it again. This is what happened. Champion collides with him.
The left knee, Pete, unfortunately cops him in that right eyebrow.
Totally accidental. And one of those things that can happen. Hart marks the kick in. Sean Hart's been pretty busy. 10 kicks, 1 hand pass, and Black taking time to recover on the bench. He seems okay, and that's good news. Sean Hart for his second. 45 metres out, Breeze at his back. This is close. I like it. So does the goal umpire. It's there. Scores level.
Yes, and of course Sean Hart was the villain in the Dockers' eyes last year. He was the one that socketed the ball off the ground to allow them to win the game. Just seconds from the siren. That's his second here. And again, you've got to make sure when you're kicking the ball out that you find your target.
In fact, there's 1 point the difference, not level. It's 8-2 to 7-7. Brisbane Lions leading by a point. 4 minutes to the break.
Be good to see the stats, Roscoe, of how many times from a kick out the ball actually gets belted back over the head for a goal. We talk about a lot of skill, a lot of set plays. I'll tell you what, we'll see a lot of mistakes. Lynch tries to paddle the ball along, kicked off the ground by Mitchell, taken by the English patient, kicks the ball out wide, high ball. Voss has got Gale to beat. Looks a promising player. Hand pass was poor. Waterhouse, quick to react. Johnson from half back. Takes him on, takes 2 bounces. The kick's a scrubby old one. Harding's happy to take it over the line.
Kev, would that situation arise less often if they threw the ball up in the centre instead of bouncing it?
Well, I suppose it would, Pete. I suppose you get a, but it takes away something that's, you know, really
natural to our game,
and something that, you know, this game has always had. It's just something that's been great for the game of Australian rules. Harding runs to the half-forward line. Low trajectory kick, trying to take on the half volley. Was man. Big pack of players, and we've got a ball up on 50. Adrian Barrett is on the boundary line, looking at Heath Black.
Yeah, he is compass, and I heard him be asked what day it was, and he said Sunday, so he must be feeling a bit better. But he's got a big cut on the top of his scalp, which it's very interesting how they do it. They use these butterfly staples, I think they call them. They actually staple your head to stop the flow of blood. But today, boys, I've seen more blood than the blood bank. I reckon 4 or 5 guys today. It's been an incredible day.
So Johnson goes wide, finds Champion. A silly play, he was covered. Mitchell, good tackle by White. Parker dives on the ball, back out to Mitchell, got to his feet quickly. Chance for Lappin. Let the toe poke it off the ground. The tackler's McGovern, wants a free, won't get it. There's a ball up.
pretty tough in the clinches all day. A goal here before half-time would be very handy for both sides. A point the difference. Brisbane leading 50-49. After the Dockers got the first 3 goals of the match. Bounce right in front of our 7 Sport commentary position. Toya, Lambert, great tackle. Tried to find McGovern. Bandy, quick hand pass. Now Callahan off the left. Bombs it 40 metres upfield. Champion in front. Bradshaw. Boss. Waterhouse, great chase. Bounces it towards the outer side. Gale. Gale's kicked a man. Won't lose him any votes. Giving it to the skipper.
Well, Pete, that's a terrific chase by Waterhouse. Just used his pace to advantage there, not offensively but defensively, to run a player down. And Michael Voss isn't slow, but thought he was clear. Good chase and tackle. Now you finish up with a shot at goal.
Turnover, yes.
Quite first half by Michael Voss, just the 4 possessions.
Yes.
So Mann will kick from about 45 metres, about a 60-degree angle. Not a good kick, won't be a score. Marking contest in front of goals. Parker tries to get it to Callahan. Hughes on the burst, bombs it out, and out on the full. So the Dockers will get another pick at the sticks with the clock ticking down to half-time. McGovern played under Neesham over here on the waffle. He's kicked it straight to Buse.
Well went by Buse there though. Pete just left Mitchell.
Looks even tougher with that bandage. I'd keep wearing it actually. Wills a specky! Big grab over Hart. Oh, White took one earlier. We thought it was mark of the day. This is just as good, Roscoe.
If you get that high and then control the ball all the way, well done.
Wills looks for White. Oh, going in solidly. Barker. Hart applies a tackle. Parker tries to get it to the boundary line. White hip and shoulder. Oh, it's tough there today. No faint hearts out there. Now Gale. Wills. This way. That way. Into the pocket. Oh, Mitchell. Great grab. Man. Parker on his own. Kicks. That kicks a goal.
Well, just some good hands.
3.
Yeah, sorry, but he's been important there. Just some good body work from both sides. Just players getting in, chasing the footy. Good contest, good pressure in tackling. Hips and shoulders. Barker felt that one.
Oh, did he what?
And then the ball finally gets free and the play is allowed to go on. And then again, favoured here is Andrew Wills with that left boot. And then the pace of Mitchell allows him to get in front. Quick hands. 2 players to choose from. And squeeze it through.
Lambert coming off the ground. He's had 16 possessions. There's just a few seconds to go in this first half. Let's go down to Adrian Barrett on the boundary line.
Hey, but I can't believe it. It's another blood rule out the elbow.
But he hasn't gone off the ground yet.
Actually, yeah, it might be a look. They might have to look into that. He's off now though, but he's fine. Lambert, he'll be back on later on.
So Clayton comes on for the Lions. 55 plays 50. Fremantle in front.
Listen, Darryl White, who's yet to have a touch of the footy, goes to centre half back.
White got that enormous leap taken away by Hart. Pumps the ball inside 50. So the siren sounds to end a very entertaining first half. The Fremantle Dockers 8-7-55, leading the Brisbane Lions 8-2-50.
Going with the breeze in this quarter. They got 3 quick ones in the first term. White, oh, big punch. Leach, ridden into the ground. A little flip out to Buse. Parker, running with the flight of the ball. Reads it well. White, we really haven't seen too much of White today. Buse, Lambert, now White. Still can't get his posse. Keeps it away from Mitchell. That was about as good as he could do there. And it will be thrown in on centre wing. Darryl White has had knee problems, back into the side today, so just really trying to find his feet. Clark wins this one. Gets it to Lambert. He's all tied up and going nowhere.
17 possessions to Craig Lambert, one of the midfield stars for the Lions in the first half, along with Lappin with 14 possessions. Callahan and Toya also with 14 have been worthy opponents.
Toya, speaking of him, That's out of bounds on the full, I think. Yes, it is. So McRae is the nearest over there. Going to take the free kick. Craig McRae, left footer. Clark in front. Couldn't complete the mark. Manis on the bottom of the pack. Oh, it's a scrambly start. Kick it. Wide. Fletcher. Bombs it out. Lappin. Too long for Lepic. He's quick for a big fella. He's deceptively quick. Lambert. Long hand pass. To a voice. To half forward. McGovern. Quick hand pass. Gale. Now Chisholm. Kick it. Some heavy shepherding off the ball. Back to McGovern. This looks better from the Dockers. McGovern from midfield. Down the Wills on his own. Inside 50. He's kicked 3 behinds. Can he kick a goal? I think he's finally done it. He's slotted this one.
It doesn't make a difference, Pete, when you have the ball being used in look-away handballs, handball and hope situations. Players just trying to get the ball forward from both sides. Before we had this set up where Chisholm was able to run into some space, give the ball over, and then you find on the overlap at the other side of the ground a player on his own, and the goal results.
Andrew Wills on screen, probably playing the best football of his career. So the Dockers extend the lead to 11 points. White, who's done well against Clark. That's not easy. Gale just tumbles the ball forward down towards Mann. White punches the ball forward for the Lions. Yet to actually have a possession. Gets to his feet quickly. Let's go down to Adrian Barrett. You got some thoughts on the blood rule?
Oh yes, KB. Just I wish John Russo was here. Actually, the Dockers have complained to the umpires about Lambert not coming off. I think you mentioned it. Apparently, the player does not have to come off straight away. You can run on straight away as the player's wandering off. He does have to come off through the bleeding player has to come off through the interchange gates, but the player replacing him can come on at any time. So as soon as the blood rule's cooled, you can bolt out there, no dramas.
Yeah, because what we're trying to do is avoid the real wait and waiting for the player to come off and then the other player to replace him to get to his position. So if you can come on straight away, it just saves a lot of time.
So Clark versus White. Leach to Callaghan. Edge of the centre square. Kicks a high ball back. He's looking for the skipper. Good play by White. Made good ground. Just seems to be out of touch. Some fancy footwork from Johnson. Does well. The hand pass is a poor one. Goes to Mitchell, had it, lost it. Hart. Sticked a couple of goals. McRae paddles the ball forward to Ashcroft. It's 100th consecutive game today. Up towards Barker, got his hands on it, couldn't hang on to it. McGovern to kick it. So quick hands to Callaghan. Back to McGovern, they've got the numbers. Kickett's run on, it's done well. Now trying to set it up. Now kicks hurriedly back towards centre half forward. The high fly, great mark by Mitchell. Over the top of Hughes. The lead is on. He's looking for Parker. He's got him in his sights. Good punch away by Champion. Waterhouse pounces on it. 45 metres out. Twists. Turns. Trying to set it up once more. Big bomb. Backing back's McIver. Through for a minor score.
Good grab by Gavin Mitchell here. He's just worked his way into this game, which he's kicked a couple of goals, one in each of the quarters so far.
Bradshaw's gone to full forward for the Brisbane Lions. Gale in front. Ashcroft has it. It's out of bounds. So throw in right on 50. Clark and Mann. Callaghan goes down to the tackle. Parker applies one himself. Mitchell, Mann, nice ball. A little toe poke out to Toya. Tear along the dotted line, he does. Toya with Voss. Callaghan, Parker. As they try to set it up. Chisholm, what's he doing down there? To Toya, leads out and marks. And takes a couple of deep breaths. Brought a smile to his face, he liked that. So for his 8th kick, Luke Toya, but right on the boundary line.
Good thinking by Chisholm to get down there and just provide the overlap, because they're getting a bit tight and congested in that area there, so he's able to break it open.
Let's see if he can slot it from there, or he go for a pass. Fancies himself, I think. 45 out. Obviously. Great goal.
Well, it's his home ground as such, Pete. He's a Subiaco player and really knows his ground pretty well. So it's still a very, very good kick from him in that situation. He's involved in the early play with Callaghan as well, then Parker. Then we see the run of Chisholm just to set it up. Good thinking, got away from Ackermanis. Toya, who was knocked out almost in the last few minutes of the game last week, recovered sufficiently, taking his place in the side.
Dockers by 18 points. Certainly a fine young player, Luke Toya. White against Clark. A leap of White. It's unusual to see anyone jump over the top of Clark. Great pick up by Wills. Around the corner. Champions playing in front. Punched away. White gives it across to Voss to Hart. So a chance for the Lions to run the ball out. The umpire actually paid advantage. Free kick. So he thumps the ball back. Chisholm's in front. That's a good mark. That look away hand pass to Harding put him under pressure. So Clement has to volley ball it back. Ackermanis skids under the ball. Callaghan to Harding. Chisholm gives plenty of support. A good shepherd. Out to Mann. Force it down to Leach. Caught by Buse. Back to Mann. They've run on very well, the Dockers. Back to Toya. Proving a big trouble now. McGovern to Waterhouse. 45 metres out. Can he finish? That's the weakness in his game.
Well, he's missed two from about the same spot so far this quarter. Big leap by White at the bounce.
Oh, unbelievable hang time there. And then the pickup by Wills coming through. Outstanding.
Champion. Clark the target and finds him. Clark from left half back. Difference is 19 points. Well, Brisbane came back from a similar situation in the first quarter. Hughes on the run from centre half back. Past Clement. Ackermanis. Quick hand pass. Fletcher. As they try to set it up, Lepic needs a bounce. As Bolgo's it forward. Lambert. Oh, very heavy traffic down there. And the Dockers are going to get away with it. Toya's been terrific. Leach into the spot. Sets it up for White. Kicks it to the man on the mark. Lappin. Kicked 3 in the first term. This time gets past Toya. No easy task. Lappin looking for somebody to take the hand pass. There's no one there. So silly goes Lappin to Lynch. Tristan Lynch from midfield around White. Bounces it to Barker. Short. Yes, Bradshaw. As I said, moved to full forward about 5 minutes ago and takes the mark. Lad from Wodonga. Played 3 games last year. Started in defence today. And courage needed 2 to take that one. From 40 metres out. Kick is close. Goal umpire hasn't moved. It looks okay. It's a goal. Oh, what a handy one. Cool as you like, the youngster. So Daniel Bradshaw kicks his first, and the Lions sneak closer again.
It is a good effort because very few opportunities he would have had going forward. That's obviously his first goal for the season and for this game. Got a 10-week layoff prior to coming into 4 Coffle games. Being selected today, so it's a good comeback by the young fella.
Can Jeff White once more jump over the top of Matthew Clark? There he goes. So they're dominating the tap out of the centre square. Hughes, some fancy footwork. They've lost it. Mann runs to 50. Thumps it long. Bandy's in the square.
Yes, I mean, Jeff White certainly just ruled his kick in the middle of the ground, which allowed the turnover, which gave Brisbane the goal.
The goal in the first quarter. Now he's kicked 2.
And so whilst Jeff White's getting his hand on the ball, they'd certainly set up that goal, the replay goal. The reply goal, I should say. White would have been disappointed with his previous effort in trying to kick left foot towards the forward line. But a good pressure here by Callaghan on Buse. The ball spills free. Play on's the call. And Peter Mann probably still would have gone through if Bandy had let it go. Doesn't matter. Goal results.
Bandy 2 goals, Toyer off and Abraham on for the Dockers, and Shane Clayton coming on for the Brisbane Lions. Parker. Now there's a free kick going to Brisbane.
Holding on, Pete.
Lambert will be the recipient. Chisholm in front. Barker behind. Hart outnumbered. Harding applies a tackle. Gets the footy. McGovern. Well, I don't think he saw Gale. So he went for the boundary line and found it.
It's a fair cross. Yep, he didn't see him at all, but he also had Callaghan just further ahead of Gale as well, so they could have got a handball off there and taken the ball down the outer side of the ground.
Ben Allen still having a rest. Clark. Lappin. McRae. Tackled by Callaghan, ineffective. Ackermanis over the top. Parker. Now it's Chisholm. Ackermanis is hurt too. Just having a look back. Parker offloads it to Wills. Oh, player gets flattened down there. A real shirt front.
Ashcroft, I think, Pete.
So Abraham. Buse.
Looks like Ackermanis has hurt his knee.
Ackermanis is hurt, but there was another shirt front just after I picked him up going down.
Looked like he was grabbing his right knee. So this is bad news also for Brisbane.
Gee, they've got a long injury list. Let's see what happened to Ackermanis. He went up for the mark and landed awkwardly, did he? I mean, you see that a million times a day.
Doesn't take much, Pete, though, does it? I mean, you see things that like Jason Dunstall. I know there's been a weakness there before, but he's certainly not good. And then Marcus Ashcroft to cop the shirt front from Gavin Mitchell. Here we are. He's just in pursuit there of Wills. Sees him coming, but just can't protect himself as Buse will come off. Or won't he?
Well, they might have to keep him on now because of Ackermanis coming off.
Kennedy's
But
coming
Kennedy
on, I
is
think.
going to come on.
Play.
But they certainly have to replace Ackermanis as well. So Andrew Buse might just have to warm up on the boundary line. So Ackermanis in quite a bit of pain.
Busey off with the blood rule. Obviously, that cut is still bleeding. Let's look at Jason Ackermanis again.
Yeah, he just tried to set himself for a bit of a leap over Chisholm, then just lost his way, and it was a bit of a nothing effort in the end, but then doing so fell awkwardly.
So he's going straight off the ground, and Keating has come back on.
There's that race where they come out of their visiting team rooms, Peter, very close to where he was down, so straight up the race for him.
Well, bad news Sunday, isn't it, with Dunstall at Optus Oval, Ackermanis at Subiaco. You don't like to see that. Play continues, 11-9, 75 to 9-2, 56, with the Dockers in front. And it's taken over the boundary line by Mitchell. We'll see a throw-in.
So Andrew Buse getting some attention for that trickle of blood. So it's been a game of attrition. Dockers by 19 points. They led by 21 points in the first term. But Brisbane pegged them back. Lappin, he was the star for them in that opening quarter with 3 goals. Leach, he's run a long way. Kicks the ball back. So the high fly from behind is Bandy.
I think that ball just carries further on the breeze, Kevin, than a lot of players thought. Bandy was about 5th in line at the end of that pack and carried all the players in front of him, 2 Lions players and Peter Mann.
Got some taut timber down there at the moment with Parker and Bandy. One would be about 6'5", the other be over 6'6", I'd imagine. So he kicks his 3rd goal.
Yes, he's been effective in that role with Jeff White doing most of the ruck work, and he's done pretty well there. Bandy's been able to just float around that full forward area, and 3 goals in a game, particularly up halfway through a third quarter. It's a very good effort from limited opportunities.
Halfway through the third quarter, and the difference is 25 points. Daniel Bandy, the third player on the ground, to kick 3 goals. So the Dockers setting up a pretty useful lead now. It's the biggest it's been. White, big leap again. Clark beats him this time. Ball flipped out past Kickett. Ashcroft, Lambert, McRae. Around Parker. Still going, Lepic. They need one, Brisbane. But Justin Lepic kick it for them. A snap. There's a free kick.
Yeah, I think Chisholm pushed Lepic after he got rid of the ball.
Correct,
so
downfield.
Downfield. And in fact, there probably could have been a free kick against Clement anyway for holding on to Bradshaw's jumper, but that's not what the kick's been played for. So that's Bradshaw's second goal, Pete.
10-2 to 12-9. I was just having a look on the glasses because Akamatis has come out, that's why I wasn't watching, and he's gone to the bench and he was running along the boundary line.
Well,
So
that's good news, Peter.
that's the most amazing recovery of all time. There he is.
Well, he must have jarred his knee, maybe hit a nerve, if that's possible.
Could have done, certainly.
Soon be in a lot of pain. Carried off on a stretcher, so that's great news. Maybe a drink of Lewitt's water as well. White up early, which he's done all day. Callaghan kicks the ball short to Mitchell. He's been a live wire as well. Waterhouse has wasted some opportunities. Danger here for Brisbane. Long bomb to the square. Abraham at the back. We've got a boundary throw in. Let's go down to Adrian Barrage and find out what the miracle cure was.
Yeah, KB is the biggest comeback since Lazarus, wasn't he? He came off on a stretcher there. I spoke to the doc. The doc said it's not too bad, and Jason said, right, I'm off the stretcher then, and I'll jog back to my position. So it must have been the magic sponge, I think, KB.
So Clark down to Kennedy. Tries to set it up. White. Second grab, couldn't take it. Voss struggled all day. Lambert. He's been a great player. Just tumbles the ball forward. Chisholm just pushes off Lepic. Had it, lost it. Lepic has done well. Just needs support. Well done, Justin Lepic. Sets it up back to Lambert. Caught high. No free kick. Harding. Tunnel balls it back to Kickett. Goes to ground. Voss also. Got to keep your feet. Lepic. He's got 3 to beat. The ball's kept in by Chisholm. Lambert to Lynch. They look dog-tired on centre wing. Tristan Lynch back to Voss. And the Brownlow medalist sets something up, goes short to Hart. Too much carry. Parker, cross half back, under pressure. Kicks wide, running with a fly to the ball. O'Reilly has got Keating to beat. Neither would be back marker at Storr, but does well. Gives it to Mitchell, back to O'Reilly. Loves to run with the ball. Wobbly old kick. Diving attempt by Mann, couldn't take it. Flips it out. Here's Abraham. Maybe a bit of magic. Can he pull a rabbit out of the hat? No. Leach goes to the ground. Waterhouse tumbled out. Important passage of play. Johnson gets it across to Buse. Back to McRae. Here come the Lions. 75 metres out. McRae pumps it long. Bradshaw's got the set. He's got it. Well, he's kicked 2 in this term. 2 goals. His first in league football. And this move of moving Bradshaw to full forward just could be the winner.
Yes, it's done very well. And Parker almost got back, but the sit was always going to be there with Bradshaw. A couple of little sessions of play there where there's just enormous congestion and pressure.
What about Lepic on the wing?
Yeah,
Great
play. Yep.
So Bradshaw going for goal number 3. He's kicked it.
All in this quarter.
Yes, you're right, Kevin. It's been a good move with Keating, the player, to come off, as Pete mentioned a couple of times, but there's just been some pressure through, and then all of a sudden the ball's able to be spilled free, and then McRae, who hasn't had much of it either. And the change affected. Luke Torrey is back on.
Toya back on for Leach. Well, Lappin got 3 goals in the first quarter. Daniel Bradshaw has got 3 in this term. And Ben Allen comes back onto the ground for the first time in the quarter. The umpire waiting. I don't know whether that was for a blood rule exchange, but Allen has taken up his position right at the 50-metre line. 68 plays 81. The Brisbane Lions won't lie down. Back to the centre. Bradshaw, 3 goals in the term. White, big leap, big punch. Man, not a great hand pass. Lappin around McGovern. Back to McRae. Barker marking in front of Harding. 65 to 70 metres out from goal. He's got in short. Keating on a lead and marks.
Well,
you get the Lions on the ropes and they fight their way off again.
just because of an errant handball, just missed a target down the other end of the ground.
Distance shouldn't be a problem for the big fellow. No umpire hasn't moved. It's there. It's a goal.
And this is just this, again, what Adrian said that Jared Neesham had mentioned at quarter and half time, just this lapse in concentration, this lack of consistency, and it's allowing other sides to come back into the game and making it harder for themselves. As I mentioned, it really was just a skill error, and Andrew Hughes coming off for about the 9th time.
It was 25 points the difference just a few minutes back, Kevin. It's another ball game.
7 points now to the Dockers. I thought it was an important passage of play before with Lepage, because the ball was on centre wing. Then we see Hughes once more going off. This has happened several times today. And then the ball was forced across Roscoe, and there was a number of contests taking place. And the Bears, or the Brisbane Lions, won it, and they kicked a goal. And now they've kicked another goal. It just might be enough for them to get some momentum going.
Correct. So Fletcher's the player to come on to replace Hughes.
So White, who has been dominating the centre bounce, been sharked by Voss. Lambert's had 24 possessions. He's been great. Ball comes out. Kick it. Kicks the ball back. Big pack of players forming at centre half forward. Allen to Waterhouse. Goes short and looking for Parker. He's got him. A clean mark.
It was, yes. Actually played on and handballed the ball away, just thinking the mark hadn't been paid, but it was a good kick by Waterhouse. Good ball control and history too by Ben Allen to get the ball across.
No, in fact it wasn't.
I didn't think it was a mark.
It hit the ground, bounced off.
That's why he turned around and handballed it away. So the umpire caught out there.
Should have kept his trap shut.
No, it looked a clean mark, but it's been paid. He's kicked 3, 1 in the first quarter, 2 goals in the second term. Across the face. Possibly all it deserves then.
Just see this once again. The effort here by Allen just to tidy the ball up. It sets up Waterhouse, and then the kick just lacking the extra. No, yes. Fell out, yes.
Might have been claimed in slips in cricket. Push out that time by White on Clark. Tristan Lynch takes it over the line.
What country?
Yes.
Take your choice.
Not getting into that one. 55 out from goal. Fremantle's left half forward flank. 6 minutes in the third quarter remaining. Man jostles Clark, too tall. Man again. Lappin takes it from Barker. Relayed hand pass. Back it comes to Ashcroft, who marks it right half back. Wills over the top. A little bit too casual there. And Andrew Wills playing some pretty good footy this year. Kicked 1 goal 3, and Andy Hughes still in the hands of the trainers. White taps down, Johnson on the end of it. Toya tracking him to the boundary line. Gee, that was nearly out on the full. Umpire says throw it in just the same. 12-10 to 12-2. 8 points is the margin in favour of the home side. As we get near to three-quarter time, Brisbane will have the advantage of the breeze in the final quarter. Can they make something with it? Can Wills do something with his hand pass? Couldn't really do so. A lot of congestion on centre wing. He has a second ping at it through the legs of Lepic. Kick it, a chance. Harding smothered down there by White. In comes Fletcher to give him a hand, and the umpire is forced to bounce it yet again. So the desperation of Brisbane paying dividends.
That's where a kick of the footy would be better than a handball. With 4 different situations there.
Just outside the centre square, the ball up to take place. Right on the AFL logo. White loses that one out. Ashcroft, Lappin got one high as he kicks towards right half forward. Dockers with the numbers. Now White, hand pass, Lepic effective. Lambert, long into full forward. Bradshaw, not this time. He's kicked 3 in the quarter though. They still might get one from Bradshaw. Oh, Chisholm went at him hard. O'Reilly, Gale. They get out of danger, but for how long? Gale's kick up towards White and he marks it half back.
Gives it across to kick, it runs smack bang into White. Turnover. White gets it back. Fletcher to Lambert. He's killing him. Big bomb by Lambert. Into the square. Keating goes up with one hand in front of O'Reilly. Was he held? No free kick paid. We've got a ball up.
Umpires have to see those. You've got to see the jumper being pulled. O'Reilly's the one making the play for the footy. Then's retarded.
Yep.
So the Dockers by 8 points. Keating to Lambert. Short kick has to be punched on. Trying to crash his way through his kick. It comes to Harding. And the Dockers do something on the rebound. Up towards Wardhouse. Strong overhead. Tries to take one hander. Held his ground well. Kicked off the ground by Johnson. McRae couldn't handle it. Hart ties it up with McGovern. Got a ball up inside the centre square. Tremendous player, Craig Lambert. 28 possessions so far. Clark to Voss. Just starting to win a few touches in his 3rd term. Lappin in one of their best. Low trajectory kick. Was looking for Bradshaw. Taken away by Parker. Chips it over the top. Callahan's got it. They want 50. They won't get it. He's got Gale loose. He's got Lepic to beat. And he does it well. Man, taken over the line. We've got a boundary throw-in. So 12-10-82 Fremantle. Lead Brisbane 12-2-74. The Dockers led by 3 points at quarter time, 5 points at half time. Just increased that margin to 8 points.
Of course, it was about 25 points earlier in the term, but Brisbane have again come back. Toyer pinned by Hart. Clark trying to get it out to Voss if he can. Lynch goes to the boundary line and gets it. Throw in next to the interchange gates, on the other side of which John Northey watches closely. Goal here for either side. Invaluable. Clark flips it to Voss. Off a step, he'll kick towards half forward. Chisholm reads it the best. Scotty Chisholm gets the call to play on from the umpire. He looks for White at midfield. Little fumble. Able to make amends. Sets it up for Toyer. O'Reilly on the burst from fullback. Still Riley. Little left foot toe poke up towards half forward and man. Too far out to score though, the skipper. He looks for Parker and he gets him. Nice lead. And a very delicate mark almost. 3 goals, 2 he's kicked, Daniel Parker. And gee, a goal here, invaluable. Close to 3/4 time. Breeze in his back, 40 metres out. No, I think he may have missed.
3-3 I've got him for.
One behind, 3-3, elephant stamp. Glendinning, 12-11 to 12-2, a minute and a half remaining.
The Dockers at this stage have had about 30 more possessions of the footy, so just haven't been able to quite use it as well.
John Northey on the boundary line with his brains trust down there. Roger Merritt, Scotty Clayton, Rod O'Reilly. Ball at centre half forward for the Dockers. Lambert once more. indefatigable Lambert kicks the ball to the half-forward line. Chisholm wants to go short to Clement. Can go across the ground to O'Reilly, goes short. Chipping in was Allen. O'Reilly runs on. So great rebound football by the Dockers. To the half-forward line. Here's Parker. What a prospect. Tall, rangy, good pair of hands. Boot at 3, Bandy wants it high. So here's a chance for someone to take a specky. Bandy up, can't take it. Close to the boundary line. Taken over by Bandy. So under a minute of action left in this third term. 83 plays 74. The Dockers in front. Can Brisbane hold them out in these final seconds of this third quarter? Kennedy tried to crash his way through, flex the muscles. Did well. Gets the ball out wide. Gives it across to Barker, back to Hart. To centre wing. It's a one-on-one duel. Fletcher does well in front of Harding. Here he is, the Prince. Cool, casual, unflustered. Gets the ball out wide. First mistake by Toya. Recovers well. Bandy's got it. So just 9 seconds left. Short to Allen. Now, will he get 50? They want 50. There's the siren.
Well, he's got the breeze, Kev, and if he gets onto it...
It's got to be a talk, doesn't it?
Well, he's actually quite a reasonable kick distance-wise, Pete, with a drop punt, but I mean, I'd be tempted for a tour, but...
Well, he'll be kicking from around about 60 metres. Drop punt's on its way. Has it got enough carry? Right on the goal line. Push back. So no score. So 12-11-83 Fremantle lead the Brisbane Lions 12-2-74 at three-quarter time.
Today, back to you.
The start of the final quarter at Subiaco. 83 plays 74 in favour of the Dockers, but it's Brisbane with the wind. Parker tries to get clear, can't do so. Good tackle applied by Gale. Ball jarred free. Keating tries to pick it up. Wills has got him. McGovern a chance, flips it up. Bandy gives it away. Now the Dockers can get something moving. Toya gets out of the pack quickly, shoots it up towards half forward. White punches clear. Lappin gives it back to him. Haven't seen too much of him this afternoon. Kick up towards centre wing. Ackermanis, an amazing recovery. Went off with a stretcher. Seemingly a bad knee injury in the third quarter, and has come back on to get it to Ashcroft. Dockers with the numbers. Oh, Parker should have swallowed it. Bradshaw's got him. McGovern out wide. It's a foot race. Lipic and Gale. Gale will be more than content to see it over the line in front of Lynch, which he does at the 1 minute mark of the final term. So throw in on the outer side. No addition to the score from three-quarter time.
Who would have thought, Roscoe, a few years ago, he had said to a club that you'd have a cost in staples. Bandages maybe, but not staples. McGovern out towards O'Reilly. So under pressure, Ackermanis. Lazarus has kicked it. Well, carried off on a stretcher. He's come back on. We heard Adrian Barrett talk about whether he could come back on the ground as long as he's off for 20 minutes. And he's come back on, and he's kicked the all-important goal in this last term.
Yeah, just the Fremantle boys just trying to paddle the ball forward to give a teammate an opportunity in doing so. Kept on forcing the ball back towards goal. And Jason Ackermanis, we've mentioned, back on the ground. It's an important replacement.
So the difference is back to 3 points. Brisbane just won't lie down. Dockers leading by 25 points midway through the third quarter. Fletcher again puts the Lions into attack. Kick it, Chisholm. Gale, a little fumble under pressure, and it's all tied up at half forward, but Parker comes out with a football, tries to give it to Toya, to Wills. The Dockers want the quick reply. Can they set something up here at midfield? They can. Callahan pushes, he kicks down the half forward. Allen, juggling act. Good shepherding by Leach. The former skipper, long kick up towards full forward, and Parker, he's got to get there first, he can't. Desperate defence by the Brisbane Lions. The crowd says holding the ball, the umpire disagrees. Desperate stuff. Bounce just next to the kick-off line. And the Dockers want the quick reply. Allen, can he give it to them? Good tackle, Johnson. Ashcroft goes for the boundary line and finds the safety of it as Lynch sees it over in front of him for a throw-in.
Thought Parker. We're talking footy on Monday night, and of course Wayne Jackson will be the special guest come Monday night. That's after the big Richmond game. So here's a chance. Ashcroft had it, lost it, taken the ground by Toya, lapping over the top. We've got a ball up. So there's Heath Black sitting on the boundary line. So don't forget, Richmond play the West Coast on Monday night, and then talking footy. Hart from centre wing. Mark taken away by the Prince Chisholm. He's had 18 possessions. He'll take them on. Strange old handball. Put Wills under a lot of pressure, but Chisholm runs on. He does some strange things. He does some brilliant things. Waterhouse goes to ground. Plenty of attention. We've got a ball up on centre wing.
And that's where, just again, that little errant handball, not good enough to hit a target, just sees the ball not flow through as it should.
Just gets caught within two minds sometimes whether the handball or kick the ball. Roscoe.
Paddled over the line. Well, in fact, almost paddled over the line by McRae, and he's pushed over the line eventually. So right in front of the interchange gates, which have been very busy this afternoon with the blood rule, as the Freo supporters try to G up their side. 12-11 to 13-2. Accurate kicking, keeping Brisbane in the contest. Bandy, who's been a goal kicker for them. Toya, had to go through a brick wall and couldn't. Fletcher paddles it out for Lambert, who's been brilliant. Keating uses his bulk, now Ashcroft. McRae, who's got speed to get clear of McGovern. Low trajectory pass up towards full forward. Bradshaw, the rookie from Wodonga, snaps but misses. And one behind.
Rushed it.
And that's a rarity for Brisbane today. Only their third behind. Bradshaw has kicked 3-1. The difference is 2 points. It's a thriller.
Yes, with more experience, Kev, you're right, he'll just settle and have a better shot at goal.
Scott Chisholm to bring the ball back into play. That was a look-away kick. First time I've seen that for a long while. Gale does well, gets it out to Callaghan. That's great vision because he's got three, they can raffle it. It's lucky number 10, back to Gale. Casual bounce. He's got Parker on the lead. Now, there's a free kick and it's going down to Peter Mann. And the umpire is indicating that Kennedy was hanging on. So Mann will be kicking from just inside 50. Kicked the goal in the first quarter. So the skipper, Western First winner in 95, has got this all-important kick. The Dockers lead by 2 points. So it's take two.
It's a bit nervous, not a good sign.
He's kicked 8 goals for the season. So from just inside 50, he's hit the post. So Richard Champion, what can he do? Kicks the ball long. Waterhouse, the high flyer from behind, kick it. Just weaves his way out of trouble. Going to ground was Mitchell. Kennedy has the kick smothered by Allen. Hart went in. Kick it. Try to hand the ball out to Allen. We've got a ball up on 50.
84 plays 81 in favour of the Dockers. Desperately trying to get a goal. Been little in this game all day. Fletcher. Pinned, nearly pinned by Leach.
Touched off
Boss.
That's why Bandy didn't try and mark it.
McRae, Ashcroft, over the top, Lambert, onto Lynch, back to Lambert. Former Tigers kick towards right half forward. Bradshaw, a little give. Ackermanis, the miracle man. Can he kick another one with the left foot? I think he has. Golden passes. All clear, boys. Ackermanis has done it.
Well, I'm sure he'd like to see this on tape because this game, more particularly, he really has brought some life to their forward line. Their kick from Lambert, I thought, might have been ended up just a nothing kick, but then Ackermanis using his evasive skills. Then from 50, step inside 50, clears the distance easily on his left foot. Terrific goal.
Brisbane in front by 3 points. Ackermanis with 2 goals. He's had a knee transplant, no doubt about that. Wills out of the centre square, kicks a high ball. It's holding up in the breeze. In fact, it's gone backwards like a boomerang. Back inside the centre square. Lynch tried to crash his way through. Did it well. Wobbles the kick forward. Chisholm takes a floater. Hand pass. Well, thrills and spills with Scott Chisholm. Gale's got it half-back flank. So the Lions, I should say, in front. Good mark by Leach.
$5.
Pumps the ball back towards the half-forward line. Toya's out in front. Got a shove from Clayton, not paid. Voss slowly has worked his way into the game. Puts it over the line. Bandy comes off. Jeff White comes back into the action. They need his high leaping.
Certainly do. They need the crowd behind. The crowd of 14,724. Need to get a bit vocal.
So White versus Keating. Fletcher taken the ground by Mitchell. The ball up on centre wing. 14-3-87. Great kicking by Brisbane. They lead by 3 points. The Dockers 12-12-84.
Still plenty of time for either side to really wrap this match right up. 13 minutes left in the contest. Dockers need to find something. They're stagnating a little bit at the moment. Callahan can't get it away from Fletcher. He's been busy, but hasn't really produced that much. 12 possessions. Lambert has been the one, though, with 31. Who's really kept the Brisbane Lions right in this. Darryl White can't get into the contest, though. Just 2 and 3 for him. Back after injury. Can do anything on his day. Another bounce. White just back onto the ground. And Keating. A little flip out hand pass. White can't pick it up. Out the back. Kick it. Dives on it. Clark gets him. Fletcher. O'Reilly. Great tackle out of bounds. So the Dockers finding goals very hard to come by. Defence of Brisbane terrific in this last quarter. Allen comes off again. Winston Abraham comes back on.
Blood rule for Fletcher again, is
Fletcher, I think, yes. Andy Buse yet again. Just gets his instructions who he's meant to be on. He's going to stand Callahan. So we take the throw in. White over the top. Lambert again. Callahan. Oh, Voss gets crushed. Leach. Parker. Champion's got him. Gale has to beat Johnson. Abraham. Parker again. They need a goal. Hart. Great tackle. Voss straight for the boundary line. And everybody knows it's deliberate, but he won't be penalised.
It's a good recovery too after getting this bump from Wills. Then he might have copped a bad corky on his thigh, but he kept going.
Brisbane by 3 points, a chance for the Dockers. It's on their half-forward line. Man at the back of the pack, taps it forward. Lappin with pace, paddles the ball along. He's got Waterhouse to beat, does it well with good hands and great vision. The Voss once more heads towards the boundary line. Hart's very happy to just paddle that over. So Sean Hart has won a bit of the ball today. Andrew Buse back on the ground. He's been on and off all day. Clark. It's a quick kick. Parker had it, lost it, kick it. Great smother by Ashcroft. And they rebound it. Kicked off the ground by White. Luck's of fortune. Goes to Mann. Hurried kick straight up in the air. Wills might get there. Lambert came in, made it a contest. Waterhouse had it. Thrown to the ground. They're going in hard, flexing the muscles, blowing up the biceps. Look at Lambert, like a little ferret underneath the pack. Mitchell's on top. And we've got a ball up. And a few choice words. In comes Buse as well. A lot of feeling in this game. A lot at stake. White. Can he find some form in this last term? Ashcroft. He's got Harding to beat. Thumps the ball away. Ricochets back. Here's McGovern. Foot on the accelerator. Goes wide. Looking for man 2 to beat. Toya's there as well. Good play by Clayton. Ties it up. Tremendous play by the youngster.
He was in trouble, wasn't he, if he didn't keep that ball in the area.
Well, the game was a lot more open in the first 3 quarters. It's almost ugly in the final term, as both sides strive for the opening. 14-3 to 12-12. The Lions leading by 3 points. Wills across his body. There may be a free kick to Brisbane. There is.
Yes, Craig Callahan saying the umpire didn't see the first incident, which he didn't, and then the reply then was for Callahan to throw him to the ground. That's what the free kick was for.
Adrian, some news down there.
Incident there, and I just had a great view of that incident. Busey has just sucked in poor Craig Callahan there, a ripper, and it shows you what experience can do.
Wills has got plenty of that. The Dockers need a goal. They need a mark over the head of Parker. Leach, will he run out of room? Tries to get it to Parker. Now a chance. Abraham. Hughes. Hughes in the back pocket. Needed to be pinpoint to Johnson, and it was. Gale just nudged out of it by Lynch. Squares it, kicks to midfield. Ackermanis, the miracle man with Chisholm. Beats him again. Kicks to a contest up towards full forward. O'Reilly gets back quicker. It's a good bounce. Parker provides a shepherd for O'Reilly. Kennedy and Leach. The latter should have taken the mark. Spills over the boundary line to keep Kennedy at bay, and we will see a throw it on the outer side. 8.5 minutes remaining in the match, and Brisbane hanging on to a 3-point lead.
White versus Clark. Some pushing and shoving. Mitchell sharks it. Kick smothered, taken by Buse. Playing an important role in this last term. Harding heads towards the boundary line, kept in by Wills. Does some fancy footwork. It's a wild hand pass, going to put Kickett under a lot of pressure. Oh. Bang! Down he goes from Lynch. We've got a ball up.
It's Fletcher matching Busey's effort.
So a few words, a bit of byplay between Kickett and Lambert. Ben Allen also on the boundary line, looks like he's ready to come back into the action.
Another blood rule. I think it's Marcus Ashcroft's got to be.
And Gale's coming off as well. And Ashcroft, so it's a change for each of the clubs.
It's apparently our ninth, so a real staple diet of this, haven't we?
This might be a record for the number of interchanges made during the course of a game, particularly with the blood rule.
Certainly doesn't enhance the game, does it?
No.
At all.
It's tough enough as it is out there in the last quarter. It's not a pretty sight at the moment. Both sides trying to...
There's Ashcroft playing his 100th consecutive game, and Fletcher comes back onto the ground. So a ball up on the half-forward flank. For Brisbane, taken away by Leach, back to Mitchell. They want to carry the ball, handball, ricocheted back off Leach, back to Mitchell, over the top to McGovern. He's got Parker on the lead. He's been ignored, he runs to 50, he's going to have a long pot shot at goal. This could bounce through, Clayton getting back, got his hands to the ball. Another great passage of play by the youngster.
So he's well ready. Just had to make extra strides to get his hand on it. McGovern did the right thing by going to the goal square.
Kennedy with a long bomb, kicks it out wide. Lappin was the high flyer, man the crummer. Gets away from Fletcher, back to Harding. Kick short, Waterhouse. He's got it, might get 50. They want 50. I don't think he's going to get it.
It was a touch late, but not really 50, as Abraham will come off, and a much better disposal coming to the forward line. Harding, who's worked pretty hard today.
You're a bit lucky, didn't mate? Just a tad.
Well, Waterhouse, his kicking's not the best feature of his game. This is an important kick. They trail by 2 points.
And their last goal was in the 16-minute mark of the third quarter.
And it's an absolute shocker. Just not enough forward momentum as he comes in to kick the ball there, Roscoe.
Now, you wouldn't want to put your house on him kicking it. He's kicked 2 behinds already today. Keating about to come off as well. Ashcroft, I think, will come back on. Champion in the right back pocket. No mark taken on that. McRae. Back to Clayton. Lynch. Lions trying to keep possession of it as the clock ticks down. 6.5 minutes remaining in this match. Kick it, punches it away. Oh, Parker just about poleaxed as he picked up the footy. Allen. McGovern. Former Sydney Swans player looking for options across half forward and rather statuesque. Now Wills gets around Clayton, gets around Lynch. Leach. Lovely sidestep. Still going inside 50, a pot shot. And that's about all you'd call it. One behind. A point the difference, and we must consider the possibility of a draw now. His first score of the day.
Keating's off, Ashcroft back on the ground and straight away takes the mark off the interchange bench. So good change. Looks for Lappin. Star in that first quarter and he booted 3 goals. It's been good all day. It's a poor kick. Wills has got it. So kicks to a big pack of players. Bandy's in front. McGovern with experience back to Mitchell. Goes short. Johnson gets back. Can't take it. Man, quick snap. Champion on the line. Goal. Is it a goal? It's a goal.
Well, it's just the pressure and the amount of times you get inside as Peterman kicks his second. No more important goal. Quick one on the first. And then Mitchell just able to get that ball forward, but not enough carrying. Unfortunately, Chris Johnson got in the right spot, but just couldn't hang on to it. And then the spoil affected, or tried to be affected by 2 Lions players. Not able to get a hand on it. Neither could Champion. Skipper's goal.
Well, grand final type roar here from the Dockers fans. They're back in front by 4 points. But don't write Brisbane off yet. Clark, they've fought back from big deficits before in this match, and they may do so again. Hand pass came from Clayton. Picked up by Darryl White. He's really been in the land of the missing today, but that's a vital possession and a good mark taken by Lappin, who started the game off brilliantly with 3 goals in the first quarter. Long way from goal. Lepic takes the mark. He won't score from there, but he certainly will pump it long right into their full forward area. Less than a kick in it in favour of the Dockers. Good mark to Clement. A very timely grab. Leach. Short to Mann. White mans him up beautifully. Little chip shot. Down towards full forward, or the full forward pocket, and Bradshaw takes the mark. Kicked 3 goals, all in the third term. And White just finding touch at the right end of the game. And what we've seen of Bradshaw today, I think we all like. What's he kicked?
That's a great
Oh, he's kicked a goal. He's 4th. Brisbane back in front.
Well, he's had an enormous impact on this game, as Daniel Bradshaw, and I mentioned on a few occasions. I think it's probably his first touch for this quarter, but he's 3 goals in the third. really gave Brisbane a chance to steal this game. That's a great kick from out there. Just used that breeze beautifully by kicking to the front of the square, and the breeze pushing it straight through.
Just over 4 minutes of action left. Brisbane back in front. Toya. It's been good all day. To Wills. To the half-forward line. Man, Waterhouse out in front. He's got it. He's got Allen loose on 50. He's got Wills if he wants him.
1 point would tie it up.
Brisbane by a point.
Yes, and they just fed off beautifully the Dockers forwards running to some space.
So Ben Allen from 55 metres out. So a chance for a big grab in the square. Clark, well done. Will take his time. He's had a big day. He's had to take on White. He's taken on Bandy. Kicks the ball back towards the boundary line. Fletcher, marked by Champion. Can Brisbane hang on? A couple of times today, Fremantle kicked away, led by 21 points, then 25 points. But each time, Brisbane has come back. Leppich. Under 3 minutes now.
That's a pretty timely mark too.
So Justin Leppich on centre wing. He's been told he must kick the ball. So he pumps the ball back towards the half-forward line.
2.5 minutes remaining. Plenty of time if the Dockers are good enough. Mark down there at right half back to White. He won't be taking too much time though. You can put your bottom dollar on that. 92 to 93 in favour of the Brisbane Lions. They won here twice last year. They beat the Eagles. You think he was a point in front? Kick it, son. You're running out of time. Oh, straight to Clark. Toya runs into a brick wall. White in front. Hart. Pinched by Waterhouse. Brilliantly done. A little gift. Clever hand to kick it. Kick it behind. Draw it. Or kick a goal. He can't kick either. Into the pocket it goes. Great defence by Kennedy to get the ball out of bounds. Terrific stuff. So throw in. Less than 2 minutes to go in the match.
Big chance of a draw now, Pete.
It is. Clark's lost a boot. Let's see what he can do with only one on. Bandy in front. Waterhouse over the top. Kennedy again. White. Brilliant mark. Too far out to score though. Needs a lead. Needs a pass. They need a mark. And they've got it. Man, the skipper. Can he be a hero?
Jeff White. How good is he going to be?
Well,
What's going to a couple of years' time?
Was head and shoulders above the opposition player. He took it on his chest. And such a clean control of the foot in the air. Good to see.
Brisbane by 1 point.
Be interesting to see if he can make the distance. The last few kicks have just held up in the breeze.
They have. Right on 50. No, shocker. Absolute Barry Croc. Nearly a mark to White again. Out of bounds deliberately. Oh. Yes, he's paid it. Pinged him. Oh. Ben Allen's got the free kick.
Well, generally, if you force the ball forward, a free kick is not paid.
There's Michael Voss's against. Pack. Down they go and just... Oh, he missed it.
Now,
on the full.
Out on the full. Oh, gee. So 53 seconds left and the
Can you believe
Brisbane
that?
Lions may hang on.
The two most experienced players in the Dockers side not scoring.
Gee, you have a look at the scoreboard and think, well, look, I'm going to get as close as I can at the worst option. I'm going to kick a point. So under a minute, Champion will thump this ball long. I'll keep it close to the boundary line. Wide over the top. Couldn't take it. Good kick off the ground. I think it was Tristan Lynch.
This is a replay of the Voss incident where he pushes the ball out.
It was a tough call.
It was a tough call.
He forced the ball forward. Allowed to do that. White wins the tap. Brisbane won by a point the last time these two sides played. It's been marked.
So they're going to do it again.
McIver kicks it wide. This is an important play. Voss is there with Lynch. Does well. Could all happen here. Chisholm's got it. Down to 22 seconds. Toya inside the centre square.
Got to kick it.
They're screaming for it. Take it away, Pete.
Got to be a mark here. Ben Allen. Now he can kick long. This might be the last kick of the day, the last throw of the dice. Kick it, Ben. They need a mark here. They've got one. Is it a push? No, it's not a push. Leach has got it and the mark has been paid. There's the siren. Oh, boy. Drama here.
Could be a draw, Pete. They know where draw. Might kick it out of bounds on the full.
Well, it's a two courageous decisions by umpire Mark Prince. The first one to go against Michael Voss for the out of bounds on the full, and this time for the mark to be paid.
Well, nothing certain here. A point will draw it. A goal will win it for the Dockers. If he misses everything, Brisbane Lions have won. He kicks and he goes. The Dockers have won a thriller at Subiaco, and they come from everywhere.
Well, pandemonium scenes here. I think this is the most excited I've ever seen the Dockers and Jared Neesham.
John Norley's gone out on the ground and just saying a few words. He's going to be very careful here. He's talking to the umpires.
Michael Voss talking to the umpires there.